Spies are sexy and Ferraris are sexy. So what could be sexier than spies in Ferraris?
Are they still following us?
Yes.
Does he have just one hand on the steering wheel?
Mm-hmm.
When you hear something that sounds like a gunshot, drive.
Sky Movies have sent me here to find out a bit more about all the vehicles from The Man From U.N.C.L.E. I'm joined here by Alex King. Hey Alex, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So tell me about getting hold of all of these vehicles. There's cars, motorbikes, boats. There was everything. There was even cars that turned into boats. How did you source all of these things?
Well, right at the very beginning, we were sourcing the vehicles associated with the main characters. So the bike for Army Hammer, we chose the Matisse because it's a sexy bike, it's of the period, and it was endorsed by Steve McQueen. So, I mean, again, don't get sexier than that.
Did you get him?
Let's just hope he doesn't drive as quickly as he moves. Take a right. And then an immediate left.
Now what?
Take another left through the window. After you.
That chase scene at the beginning, that was pretty wild. And, you know, you're talking to a girl who learned how to drive in a banged up Mini Cooper. So how powerful was that car that Alicia drove at the beginning of the film?
It was pretty powerful. We had a Volvo 360 engine in, rear-wheel drive, so it was pretty much drifting by the time we finished with it. So for the size of the car, it was great. Good fun to drive.
I bet a Volvo. Wow, I did not see a Volvo coming. My dad drives a Volvo, but
Yeah.
I don't think he can get up to those speeds.
Nicely done.
One last favour, Alex. Do you mind giving me a lift? I've got a couple of really important secret agents to chat to.
Yeah, sure. No worries.
Amazing.
He's trying to stop the car.
We're struggling here. Why don't you take a shot at him?
Somehow, it just doesn't seem like the right thing to do.
There's just something unquantifiably cool about a spy, isn't there? It's just, there's like essence of sexy. How do you go about getting that and projecting it on the screen?
I mean, I think we have Guy to thank a
It
lot
helps.
for that. Like,
Yeah, it definitely helps.
Guy knows how to do the sexy in movies.
Guy knows
and
sex.
He does.
Guy knows
Is
sex.
this the big scoop?
Yeah, it's the big scoop.
Guy,
that's what he likes to
with
call it.
children. The scoop is he has had sex.
Yes.
Shock horror.
I know.
It's tomorrow's Daily Mail. I can see it right now. So
Yeah.
he directed you guys and kind of got the cool vibe going on.
He's just good at setting the whole scene and building everything into this perfect storm, and then he lets you go into it and add whatever you need to add, because he already has a really good idea of what you're going to add. That's why he's so good at casting. And then once he lets you free and you do the thing, he'll just finesse it as you're doing it.
What I'm about to feed you, Solo, might taste a little bitter.
Where are we going with this, sir?
Убивай своего нового партнера в первый же день.
What does that mean?
He said, don't kill your partner on your first day.
Once you got your mindset, you're feeling cool, you got Guy there behind the camera directing you. How do you go about your physical prep? Because this is a pretty physical film, isn't it? There's lots of stunts, and I hear maybe you did a few of your own?
Yeah, we did a few. Yeah. And I think there was, both of us, I think, came into the project not necessarily, at fighting weight per se, because it wasn't really called for. In the 1960s, people weren't working out like they are today. They didn't have the same physiques. They didn't have the same importance on, your pecs have to be this big, your delts, and the blah, blah, blah. It was just, you did push-ups if you wanted to do exercise back then, and that was pretty much it. So we came into it in shape more so because we knew there was going to be a lot sort of physically demanded from us, and we wanted to be able to perform take after take after take, hour after hour for months. So I think it was more about that than aesthetically trying to look like anything.
You're kind of right. They hadn't invented the six-pack back then, I don't think. It's a modern thing.
Yeah.
Well, certainly the affection towards it, I think, is more modern.
This is the most dangerous time in our history. We recently discovered an international criminal organization with an atom bomb.
We have no choice but to work together on this.
You ought to investigate Victoria Vinciguerra.
America teaming up with Russia. That doesn't sound very friendly.
Obviously, I was briefed about your criminal background. Your balls are at the end of a very long leash held by a very short man.
Special Forces, KGB, the youngest man to join, in fact, and their best within 3 years. I do wonder if it was your father's shame that gave you such drive, though. Or was it your mother's reputation? I understand that she was extremely popular amongst your father's friends. See you tomorrow.
So in the film, you guys, you kind of have a love-hate relationship, or to be fair, more of a hate-hate relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm sensing there's a bit of a bromance going on here. You know, how do you guys get on?
Characters are characters and personalities are personalities. I mean, Army and I get along. If you get along really well, then it makes it easier to work. I mean, even if you're just pretending to hate each other, you can almost do it more convincingly if you're having fun offset. So if you're not having fun offset, it's too real and too aggressive, and it doesn't have the right tone.
Well, I hear that both of you guys actually auditioned for Man of Steel. Is that right?
I heard this too this morning. No, it's not true.
No,
Not at all. Because that could have got the animosity going, couldn't it? Because, you know, obviously you got it.
No,
You did?
What?
Yeah.
No.
I'm still on hold waiting to hear.
Yeah.
Sorry to break it
You're
to you,
thinking
Army.
of someone else.
Yeah.
Maybe for the next one.
Maybe.
I think the role's taken.
Yeah. Would you like my job?
No, you got it. You do better than I would.
Well, another bar that's set high, James Bond.
I am playing Bond, that's
Is
true.
that the scoop?
Yes.
Yeah,
He is
yeah.
Bond.
So if the call comes for either of you guys, you've done this as prep, could, you know...
Call came.
What-
As Army's
Yes.
agent, I accepted for him,
Yeah.
on his behalf.
Yeah? You there?
He's going to be from Paducah, Kentucky. We're going a drastically different way. Yeah.
Never say never. Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you.
So you're a thief. I hope you wear a mask.
Sometimes. Just never when I'm stealing things.
What's my cover?
I'm your fiancé. Congratulations.
Ladies, lovely to meet you. Now, this is a fun, physical film, isn't it?
It is.
How did you go about your physical prep? Was it mad gym visits or...
Oh, I wish I had time. Definitely not, especially not because we were shooting this film in Italy and Naples, so it was more about deciding what to eat. More than
Gym would have been counterproductive, if anything.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's not the Italian way to
No.
go.
We sort of went, I mean, Sophia Loren, she was all into spaghetti, everything. Didn't she say everything you see I owe to spaghetti? I think we just used that.
I'm sure she did. If not, let's just say it. 'Cause
No,
that
she did.
sounds
I'm sure
really
she
good
did,
to
yeah.
me. Because both of you used to be dancers. Is that right? Both
That's true.
ballerinas?
Yes, yeah.
So you kind of, you're used to the physical bits and pieces, and the stunts, they must have come, particularly you, Elise. You had some pretty hardcore stunts at the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, I just hope that I hopefully just fell more gracefully because, you know, it was a lot of top stunts, but I think most actors, it's kind of fun to give it a try and at least, you know, to jump off a building in a wire. I was just quite excited to do that. I think in films you get to do things that you normally never would.
So did you have to do lots of mental preparation as well? Did you guys do your homework, your history and your politics, and go back and study the Cold War?
Yeah, I had a really good time actually going back and watching Italian cinema from the period that I was really uneducated in. I'd seen Fellini films, but that was sort of where it ended. So I sort of started to watch even lots of sort of Deneuve films I'd never watched before, Marcello Mastroianni films. Just sort of really had a good time sort of educating myself, and I think you can see so much of that influence in Guy's film.
And the amount of strong women that was in cinema at that time, but maybe hasn't transferred into spy movies as much. But with the two leading female characters in this film, I really think we got to indulge in, you know, getting to explore them and to express real, you know, complexity.
When your baby leaves you all alone.
Don't you make me put you over my knee.
So you don't want to dance, but you do want to wrestle.
No, I did not say that.
When you're all alone.
For a special agent, you're not having a very special day, are you?
Well, a strong, feisty female character, you know, the villain of the piece is a lady. It's perfect. It's nice to have some strong women. Do you think that's what modern film and TV is lacking? I think we're lacking strong female characters.
You know, it's so interesting because we've been sitting here and we've obviously been speaking to lots of journalists, and a lot of journalists have brought it up. And what's most telling is we've been surprised because we sort of pick it up as actresses and just go, oh, they're two great parts.
That's a great role.
And everybody's sort of come in here and said, wow, it's amazing, there's strong women. And we sort of go, yeah. Why shouldn't there be, you know? And obviously, if that is such a talking point, it is lacking. I mean, we can say it is lacking. But I think that's the way forward, and I think that is happening in television. It's certainly happening in our film. It's happening in, you know, even the DC Marvel world allows for so many.
It's obvious now that you can put, you know, a leading a female role in a big franchise movie, and people want to go and see it. It is commercial.
Yeah. So maybe that's what we need more, maybe gender-blind casting, like we have colour-blind casting. Just, you know, it's a good part, forget what the gender is.
No, absolutely, yeah.
Alicia, you've got the spy bug because it's been confirmed you're going to be in the next Bourne film. Are you excited about working with Matt Damon?
First of all, I'm such a big Bourne fan myself. I watched the three, you know, films quite a few times, so to be able to work with Paul Greengrass and Matt Damon is a huge privilege.
Any tidbits you can give us on what to expect from it?
I can't really say anything else.
I
need to be like a spy.
Fantastic. Well, it's lovely to have a strong female villain and a strong female character. May we have many more?
Yes,
I hope so.
Many more.
Does this mean anything to you? It's part of centrifuge for refining uranium. I am not staying here. Where are you gonna go? Swimming. Close. I would recommend turning before you hit that wall. The last thing I need is your help. You're not gonna make it. Just shut up and watch me work.
After seeing the clothes, the fantastic cars and the jet-set lifestyle, I think I might have just missed my calling as a spy. I've got some qualifications. I can speak another language. Je parle français. Vous allez à la piscine. I look good in a pair of big sunglasses, and I'm very good at being discreet. But on the minus side, I'd need to work on my driving and my fighting. Yeah, definitely need to work on my fighting and my fake Russian accent. Yeah, maybe it's not such a good idea after all. Sky Movies, I do not think I will quite yet be giving up my day job. Yeah, need some work, right? Yeah, thought so.
Oh, and you have a new code name.
Code name?
Yes, rather a good one.
Uncle.